Denise, guess what?
What, Abby?
We got chismes.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of We Got Chisme. As usual, I'm Denise, and this is Sabicito. Perdón, Xavier.
Says it on the name underneath.
It says it on the name underneath. Like he say. Anyway,
Yes.
today we have... So have you heard the expression that says, I hear... what does it say? Wedding bells? Or I hear like something bells, right? When you're hearing like weddings are coming. Well, in this case, it's gonna be I hear wedding drama. Drama.
So are you
So
obsessed with the weddings lately?
a lot of wedding drama around. It's everywhere in Reddit right now.
I
I
guess
guess
you didn't keep
everybody's
the
getting
hate
married.
people.
I got it. I was just ignoring you.
Okay.
Anyway, it's not my fault that they keep popping up, just like you with found and exposed.
Oh, trust me, I completely understand. I I cannot tell you it's not a lie. You're lying because it happens to me, so I believe you.
Yeah, and this is like I've been saving the stories for a while, so I was able to put them together now. So I'm just gonna read them all, and then at the end, you're gonna tell me which one is the craziest.
Okay.
Okay? And I have a choice for you at the end, though, because I have two that I couldn't decide. So you're gonna have to choose. Do, 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 do.
Okay, let's proceed then.
Okay, let's proceed. Story number one. It comes from the subreddit Charlotte Dubre YouTube. And the title is I discovered my husband's secret while I was making our wedding thank you notes. What should I do? It says I, 31 female, just married my husband, 31 male, a little over a month ago. I just found something in his computer that is rattling me to my core. For backstory, we have been together for almost 8 years. Around year 4, he had admitted to flirting and kissing a female coworker. The guilt was eating him up, and he decided to come clean to me, even though I was grateful that he owned up to it. It completely obliterated the trust I once had. When I had questioned him about the girl, he had answered me by saying she was no longer in the picture because she had moved to a different state. He never gave me any more information about her other than that. I asked what she looked like, her name, etc., and he would always tell me that it didn't matter because he will never talk to her again. After quite a few months of being distant, I decided to resume the relationship with him. I let him know that my trust was completely gone, so it was going to take some time for him to earn it back. He said he understood, and we continue on with our relationship. That summer, he had an internship in a very popular national park, so we spent our first few months of getting back together doing long distance. Once he returned, it felt like we were back to normal. Fast forward to last year, some old friends of his got married, and we attended the wedding. Everything was going great until he introduced me to some old coworkers who were standing in a group huddle. As he was introducing them to me one by one, there was one girl who will not introduce herself and try her best to look away. To her dismay, one of the other former coworkers introduced her to me. I smiled politely and said, "Nice to meet you." And she looked at me like she was about to throw up. At about this time, the person who had introduced us mentions that she used to work with them until she moved out of state. In that moment, I knew exactly who she was. It was one of those deep gut feelings. The rest of the night, I could feel her staring down. I could feel her staring me down, but yet was one of those but yet avoiding me at the same time. Before the end of the night, a glorious thing happened. The bride, who was also a former coworker of my husband and very drunk, came up to me and very loudly started to talk about women who do not know how to find their own men and that karma will one day follow. She also kept saying how gorgeous I look, and I kept pointing out my features that were completely opposite to the other girl. I am really tall and athletic. She's short and plump. It was very obvious that the bride was trying to call her out and embarrass her. I will forever be grateful for that bride. I did not know her that well, but she was a total girl's girl. I had never mentioned any of this to my husband. It did not feel necessary because it had been a few years since the incident, and there were no signs that anything else ever happened. So why stir the pot, right? So here I am tonight, downloading pictures from our photographer and drafting up our thank you cards. My laptop stopped working a few months ago back, so I am using his. I saved the wedding photos into a folder. When I go to reopen it, I see a photo folder that's titled Friends. I am not sure why, but I click on it. The first picture I see is of a blonde girl sitting in a kayak on a lake that looks really familiar. It's the national park where he spent his internship. In his kayak, timestamp from his summer internship up there. It's hair. What the fuck? I then click through the pictures and see more pictures of her kayaking, fishing, hiking, and camping. I am sitting here trying to reflect on my memories from that summer. I remember one particular week where he said he had some friends coming over to visit him. I did not hear from him much that week, and I just figured he was busy with them. He
Yeah,
told
busy
me,
with something else.
yeah, he told me that they went kayaking, fishing, hiking, and camping. I had asked him which friends, and he said that they were just some old friends from college.
At
I
least he
never
was not
pressed,
lying.
right? He wasn't lying about the activities. I never pressed him on it because I did not feel the need. Guys, what the heck do I do? He's currently in bed sleeping, and I'm in our living room bawling my eyes out because he has kept this from me for years. I am wondering if I should even stay with him now because what else has he lied about? And if he could keep this from me. The scariest part is that if we never went to the wedding, I would have never figured out who she was. So he could have easily lied about this girl's pictures if I ever came across them in the future. It feels so calculated. How should I confront him?
Um,
Hmm.
well, she didn't give much detail, but it seems like she was the only one on those pictures, right?
Yep.
So,
He 100% cheated on you, even though you guys were back together. She probably lived in that state or lived close to the state. But yeah, because
um,
for some of his coworkers say that she moved out of state, it means that it was true that she moved out of state.
mhm.
Yeah, but that's it, that he still lied. They got back together and he went and did something.
Well, you writing your thank you cards after your wedding.
Yeah.
Sounds like just let it go, girl.
Oh my God, you're such a guy.
What she's gonna do? Like break everything and start over? If that's make her peace, go for it. But like at this moment, it's like it's been years after that. So why to start the path again, right, girl? So because you find out that
Because
he lied to you before
you would always it would
psychologically,
always be in your head.
well then go ahead, file for divorce. Instead of writing the thank you letter, just sign the divorce.
I think I will go and check all of his socials first and see what he has done.
I
If
feel
he had
sorry for the
lied to me
broker.
about that, no, but the thing is, I don't know how to approach this because me from the past will have been go secretly and check it out. Me from now is like, do you have to ask permission first? I think you do. That's like the less toxic way of going.
For what?
Saying,
Ask permission for
like saying, and the only way that I can trust you and then trust that you're telling me the truth is if you give me your phone right now and I check it. And if you are not talking to any girls since we got back together, then okay, I trust you. Everything is good. But at the moment, I cannot trust you because if you lied to me about this, what else do you lie to me about? This is why a tiny little lie it can ruin everything because he can keep falling and falling and falling and becoming a big snowball. Don't lie,
I
people.
feel
Do
sorry
not
for your
lie.
boyfriend.
He's fine.
Poor thing.
He's fine. He's
But
gonna be fine.
like if like you say, it could be like this was a fling from the past or something like that. So he might be already over that thing, and that could be out of his system because he ain't marrying her. So she could be starting something that it's not even there. But I understand if psychologically she wants to throw everything out of the window and start from fresh, more than welcome. At the end of the day, time is what you have less. So whatever help you to
Time
sleep
is what
at
you have
night.
less. What?
Yeah, you don't have much time. Life goes in a blink of an eye.
But what do
That's what
you
I'm trying to
mean by
say.
saying that?
Like, if you are in your head saying like, okay, did he trust me? He don't trust me. Like, if this happen, I will continue going. Then don't stop wasting your time. Just sign the divorce paper and just move on. Don't waste your
Okay, okay.
time in predicament like, should I? Should I? I should not. Should I? I should not. Like, just get it together. Just
Okay. I agree with that, but I thought you were saying that she doesn't have much time, so she should just stay with
no, no,
him.
no, no. Not
That's what I
just
was like,
stay. If
what?
you're gonna make a decision, like, just do it. So, if you feel you cannot trust him, even though that might just be on your head, um, and he could not be with her for a while now, or, do some changes since that had happened, and he could be a new person now, which doubtful, but you never know. But again, whatever help you sleep at night.
Whatever. Like, I think it also depends on the level of anxiety that you have, of the level of trust that you have, because she already he already betrayed her trust one time and she trusts him again and then he did it again. It's just hard for her to just forgive and forget. So she has
Okay.
to find a way to. But again, this is her. I don't know. I think I'm pretty sure I've been lied to multiple times and I never knew. But well, I
How
found out
come?
one time only.
How you don't knew?
I found out one time and it was the same kind of concept. I was able to, like, to get and see because I felt something. You know that gut feeling that you get. I got it and I remember I checked and I saw that he was texting someone else. I mean, this was not Adam, this was someone else. But he was texting someone else and I remember feeling bad. He asking for forgiveness and I forgave him. And that was a big mistake because I would have been further in life without that. But okay. Anyway, you live
Let's
and you learn.
let's let's put exactly. You live and learn. Let's say that leads you to where you are now
That made me who I am today. I am glad.
and where you are now. Because imagine one little mistake, one miscalculation, one less relationship, less time. You really the timing. You will not meet the person that you are with today. So
I know. I read the other day a quote that say, "I will live through all the painful parts of my life again if it gets me to you. Like if it leads me to you."
oh,
And it's so
amazing
cute.
love.
Shut up.
All right.
Anyway, you can cut that if you want.
No, it's okay. It stays though. So,
mm.
um, all right. So, do we have any updates on this? No, that's it. Damn, girl.
Sadly, that's it. The username deleted it. They deleted the whole username, everything they don't wanna. So I am thinking
She
because they
didn't want
deleted,
any
it means that
names.
she stay. I'm pretty sure.
Most likely, or maybe she took it over, or they figured it out, or she
Mm,
just decided to do the same. But it's a lot of
yeah,
factors. Human beings we are wonderful
complicated.
creatures.
I've been trying to find like comments, and we don't have any. Sadly, like we have comments from people, but we don't have any comments from OP.
Okay.
But like top comment says, honestly, I had wake him up and ask him point blank. point blank what the deal is and no more lies. He can only break your trust as many times as you let him, so do not let him. I do not see a reality where you can trust him anymore, and I think you know that as well. Best thing to do is just be straight with him, tell him what you want. I will not say to stay or leave, that's not for me to tell you, but remember, you only found this guy. Oh, freak. Sorry, I lost it. I'm so sad.
But the
But yeah, you
what?
only. Sorry, it says, but remember, you only found this out by accident. So, how much more is there because you have not discovered yet? Just stand your ground in and what you want and own it. You owe that to yourself and nobody else.
Okay.
Huh. It's up to her. If she believes that she can trust him again, then okay, do it.
I mean, whatever helps you, whatever makes you feel better, makes you feel complete one more time, it is what it is. So
It is
if
what it
that
is.
helps her and she makes her feel who she is and make her feel complete, go for it. Just go for it. Yes. No time to regret. Just,
Go for it. Go for
yeah,
it.
time too short.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Story number 2. It comes from the subreddit Best of Redditor Updates. So you're happy with your updates. Title is, am I in the wrong for not letting my friend walk with her husband in our wedding? It was originally posted to Two Hot Takes. Shout out to Morgan. Love your podcast, by the way. So it says it was originally posted December 29, 2025. Says, I will do my best to keep this short. My fiance, Mike, and I gotta getting married next year and have asked most of our wedding party to stand up. Mike chose one of his friends from high school, Tim, to be his best man. Last August, Mike and I were best men and maid of honor in Tim's wedding. I was not originally maid of honor in this wedding. Tim's wife, Heather, had a falling out with her original maid of honor, and I was next in line to step in. Concept for later. Their wedding had 3 bridesmaids and 3 groomsmen, all of who were couples and paired with their significant other. Originally, it was not this way, but once her maid of honor stepped out, things shifted, and she added one of the groomsmen's fiancé into the party, so it all lined up. I think the first issue arose when my fiancé asked Tim to be his best man, but I did not ask Heather to be my maid of honor. I still asked her to be a bridesmaid, but when I gave her the bridesmaid proposal basket, she seemed happy. But a few days later, she told me it hurt that she was not my maid of honor since I was hers. I tried to explain that I still want her to be a big part of my day, and I do not value my relationship with her any less. I just have a different relationship with my maid of honor and consider things like availability and responsibility when making that decision. I apologized for hurting her feelings and told her I can find ways for her to participate so she can feel more involved. I left the conversation thinking that issues were resolved. A few weeks later, Heather came to me and told me she's uncomfortable with my wedding party choices. Heather has never met my maid of honor, and she told me she gets bad vibes from her and does not feel comfortable with her walking with Tim. Because they got married in August, she mentioned that our wedding will be the first time she has to watch Tim walk down the aisle with someone that is not her. She asked me if I would let her and Tim walk into the ceremony and reception together because that would make her feel better. I told her that Mike and I would prefer the best man and maid of honor walk into both the ceremony and reception together, as this is what traditionally is done. Heather is paired with my fiance's brother, who she has no issues walking with. It's simply Tim and my maid of honor walking together that bothers her. This conversation has been going back and forth for months. I've been kindly trying to tell her that we prefer the order we chose stayed the same, and she tells me that I'm not considering her marital boundaries and I'm essentially being selfish and a bad friend. She brought up that maybe all the bridesmaids and groomsmen could walk into the reception together instead of in pairs. And my fiance and I talked that idea over, but we really do not want to budge on the walking order. We have attended and been a part of several weddings and seen lots of different ways that wedding party entrances are done, and this is just the preference we have. Heather is the only one in our wedding party who seems to have an issue with it. Over the last few weeks, she has not really made an effort toward our friendship. We went from texting almost the entire day to one text a day from her, regardless of how many I send. She also has been posting a lot of target messages about losing respect for people and people showing her true colors, in quotes. I have reached out and asked if there is a reason she's been distant, because I thought the last conversation we had about the walking order had sorted a few things out. And it says in parentheses, I basically asked her if she had considered getting together with me and my maid of honor and meeting her to see if it helps her feel more comfortable with the entire situation. And she agreed that she will try. Her response to me asking about the distance was basically that everything is fine and she's just being away from her phone, which I do not fully believe is true due to a conversation a mutual friend and I had. Ultimately, I am considering asking her to step out of the wedding if she cannot accept our decision and be more supportive towards my fiance and I. This likely means that she will make Tim remove himself from our wedding as well. But my fiance and I agree that that will be his choice and show where his values lie in regard to their friendship. I just want to make sure I am not struggling to see a perspective where I'm in the wrong for this situation. I feel like I had to leave a lot of context out, but I love some opinions and perspectives on this so I can do some reflecting. Thank you in advance.
Reflecting what?
So, what are your thoughts, Avisito?
Like reflecting, what is to reflect here?
That bitch you crazy!
That's evidently, but what is for her to reflect?
She wants to see if there is other opinions or perspectives so she can think about it. Like if you have a different opinion where you say, no, she's totally in the right. She doesn't feel good vibes on the maid of honor. She's insecure. She's jealous. And you should totally cater to her needs. Like just do
I
it.
guess she just wants some validations to her thoughts, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, girl, you don't have to look for any validation. It's your day. You decide whatever you do. You decide who is in it, and whoever doesn't like it, so they can leave. Simple as that. 1, 2, 3, out. Don't like it?
Yep.
Don't be part of it. You like
Mm-hmm.
it? Be part of it. You can agree with the choices? You out.
Thank you. I will be direct and be like, you have two choices. One, you get with the program and you're supportive, or two, you be a guest. That's it. I'm not gonna throw you out of my wedding. You can still be a guest, but that's it. You're not gonna be in my wedding party because I'm not getting the stress and the drama and the eye rolling and the messages, especially on the wedding day when she's gonna be like that. So
She would be like, you saw how she walked with him. The glance that she gave her, even though she never looked at him. Oh my god, he held the hands too tight. He's cheating on me with her. I tell you, she give me bad vibes. Like, bitch, fuck out of here. If somebody of your people do that, I'm sorry. I would just be my blunt self.
do it. This is why you guys are gonna be men of honor and maid of honor. You guys can be blunt.
Hey,
You can go, you can throw the truth and be like, and then Jagna can go behind you and just throw a napkin and be like, here, so you can clear your tears.
don't give ideas.
You know what's funny? That Moma is also like you, so it's gonna be crazy. These people stand no chance.
I'm like, I was been like, I think you have somewhere else to be. And it's like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, you have somewhere else to be.
Out.
Yeah. If they don't get it, like I show you the door. It's fine. But yeah. So let's see for an update to see what she ended doing at the end of the day.
Okay. Do you want to know what some people say? Do you want me to
Oh,
read
I
some
don't care about
comments?
the people say. I would
You
like
don't
more the
care what
update
people
to see
say?
what she's saying because this is very straightforward. If they say something opposite, like I don't need to listen to you, my dude, my girl. So you are retard. So I'm sorry, that's a bad word. So you are not being a nice people. So if you're part of the entitlement of this world, you can welcome them, but no, thank you. No, we don't have time for that nonsense. For those wonderful people who support the bride, me.
Yeah. I mean, there is interesting comments from OP though, as adding more context.
Uh huh.
Like OP answers a comment saying, my fiance had messaged him a few weeks ago asking, like, message Tim, the best friend, a few weeks ago asking if he's considering stepping down because we had started hearing rumors from mutual friends that this might be a possibility. So
Okay.
he promised that he will not step down. However, if Heather steps out, I'm not sure if he will do it. And then someone asks, what does Tim think about Heather's demands? And then OP says, Tim will agree with anything Heather says. When my fiance tried to talk to Tim one on one, Tim said it was a conversation they needed to have with Heather around, so he really does not say much. Yeah.
Let's save some time and just remove them both, because honestly,
Wait for it. OP says she understand. Okay, so a commenter said you were not originally the maid of honor, like her maid of honor, so your husband will have to walk with someone else. Does she not see the hypocrisy in this? And Obi says she does. She had mentioned once that she knows she's being a hypocrite, but she cannot help it.
she can just not help.
Damn.
Yeah.
So anyway, update. March 31st, 2026, 3 months later. It says, so it's been about 3 months since I wrote the original post. So much has happened since then, so buckle in. After writing in, a mutual friend had a wedding that both Heather and I were in attendance to. She made no effort to speak to me, and when I approached her to make a small talk, I was brushed off after a few words. Heather's mom was also at this wedding, and I was told by another mutual that her and her mom were gossiping about me throughout the reception.
Oh,
The
that's
day
not
after the
cool.
wedding, I reached out and asked her if there was something going on because I noticed the avoidance and did not want there to be unresolved conflict. She responded to say she did not want to talk about it. At this point, her and I had been having issues for over 3 months. And from when I was hearing, she was still upset about Tim walking with my maid of honor. I sent back a message and told her that if it had anything to do with the walking order for the ceremony and reception or wedding, that our choices were not changing. And if she or Tim are not comfortable with these choices, then I wanted to know by the end of the week. She did not answer until a week later. I asked if we could call so we can talk. I do not remember everything in this call word for word because emotions were high. Heather basically came out of the gate telling me that she will never be comfortable with Tim walking with my maid of honor because she thinks that she's trashy. She also paid that she's not comfortable with Tim speaking to her or touching her, and that she also will not be speaking to or acknowledging her at all. She said the only way Tim and my maid of honor could do the processional and reception entrance together will be if they do not speak or touch. I asked how they were supposed to plan the reception entrance. We're asking our party to do a fun dance or something goofy when they come in, if they cannot speak. And I also asked if they will be able to text or message at all. Context for later. And she said, absolutely not. She told me that my maid of honor can talk to her and she will play telephone. I told Heather that this entire situation will not work and will just cause drama between our entire wedding party. I said I did not expect them to be friends, but wanted her and Tim to be civil. I did not like that she was making judgments and being disrespectful towards my maid of honor, whom she still has never met. I also told her that our decisions about wedding were not changing, so she will have a conversation with her husband about the next steps. She then proceeded to scream at me for well over half an hour about how I'm selfish and horrible until I finally hung up. Immediately after, Heather sent a text apologizing, saying she cares about me and Mike and wants to focus on our friendship. I told her I needed space to think about things. After this phone call and many, many conversations with my fiance, I had made the decision that I no longer feel comfortable with Heather standing in our wedding. I was not, and I'm still not, okay with the way she has been treating me, and specifically the way she spoke to me over the phone. A lot of things she said hurt me past the point of an apology. However, I wanted to give Mike time to have a conversation with Tim before giving Heather the news. A few weeks after that phone call, Tim came over to our home by himself to have a chat with Mike. I left the house to give them space to talk alone. Per my fiance, Tim said that he needed to step down and that Mike needed to have him walk with Heather. Mike told Tim that how I have been feeling and about the decision we made to remove Heather from our wedding party. Tim said that he will not be allowed to participate if she's removed. Allow? Allowed. So he's going to have to step out completely. After Tim left, I let Heather know that she's been removed. I did this over text, which I did not prefer to do, but after how the last phone call went, I did not want to repeat it. I explained everything I had been feeling at the time and how much she had been hurting me with her words and actions over the previous months. She told me that she's not going back from that decision and I'm only making things worse. I responded and said that I'm firm with my choice. She never answered me. It has been over a month since removing her and things have exploded. Her mother sent a message to a mutual friend of Heather and I, insinuating that this mutual friend will be a horrible person if she stayed friends with me and did not choose Heather's side. The mother? What the heck? How old are you guys? What? This friend and her husband, who both stood up in Heather and Tim's wedding, have stopped talking to both of them completely. Heather Heather has been telling all of her family and coworkers that I kicked her out because she was not okay with Tim and my maid of honor exchanging phone numbers. I had to block her on all social media platforms because I was told she has been watching everything I like and reading into every post. I also had to block Tim because once she found out she was blocked, she started looking at my pages from his phone. My maid of honor has had to do the same for the same reasons to both Heather and Tim. From what I hear, it is all she talks about with her other friends. She told a friend that she expects me to show up at her house and apologize eventually.
Oh
And
God.
she will not talk to me until I do. Just recently it sounds like she's on the path to ruin the relationship with the last couple that stood up in her wedding, which means they no longer talk to anyone in the wedding party anymore. She has not tried to reach out to me in any way, and I'm okay with that. So yes, I am now just trying to live my Heather free life and ignore her obsession over this situation the best I can. I am just hoping she gives up eventually. I've been very focused on planning my own wedding, which has helped me keep away from the drama. But I'm just hoping I will never have to make another update in this situation. Thanks for reading. Wait, I gotta know. Oh, okay. So Heather is 28 and the bride is 25. So she's even bullying someone younger than her too. What? This Heather is crazy.
Heather slash Karen.
Heather, you are trashy,
Yeah, she was just deflecting.
right?
Sad, but at least she made the right decision and the best for her well-being. So should have done that a long time ago. And you already knew like the other one will build out. So you should have done it for a long time ago. But at least it didn't last more than a few months.
Yeah. At least she didn't ruin your wedding yet.
Well, I don't think she's invited since she's not talking to them anymore.
Yeah. If I were you, I would put someone in Heather Patrol. If she shows
Just
up,
in
kick her
case.
out.
Just in case. You never know. You never know.
You
You never know.
never know. People is crazy.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So this one was a good one. So let's go to the following story, please.
It's more best friend drama.
Oh,
Anyway, story number 3.
The longer we go in this video, the more sorry I feel for her boyfriend. In a good way. In a good way. He's gonna be very cared for. In a good way. He's gonna be a pachachao todo el tiempito. No sé.
Mama, 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 mama.
I say, I know. Trust me, I know. People that are nice can be turned psycho.
Not true. Everyone has their own
Well,
slight
remember, everybody push you to the
things.
limit. So you could be nice, but some people just push you to be not so nice sometimes.
Hmm.
So
That's
that
true.
makes sense. Yeah, she's a good girl. A heart, at least.
Please add a little hello to my head.
Okay, sure. All right, let's go with story number 3.
Yeah, before Sabi finished ruining my reputation. Wow.
Well, friends
Anyway,
are for.
story number 3 comes from the subreddit Best of Redditor Updates. And the title is Am I the asshole for dropping out of my best friend's wedding? Ta-da-da-da. The original post was March 26, 2026. I, 29 female, snapped on my best friend's 27 female yesterday about her wedding. I am feeling a little guilty right now, so maybe I'm just looking for some clarification. Let me start by clarifying that we both use the term best friend very loosely. She's a wonderful woman and will go to the ends of the earth for her if I could. Let's
Uh,
call her Maggie. Maggie and I met when I started a new job approximately 4 years ago. She was the girl who trained me, and we just clicked because we were so alike. We have maintained a solid friendship this entire 4 years, but we only ever see each other at work. We do not hang out outside of work and text each other maybe twice a day, sharing stories about our crafts or pets. Neither of us are good at talking on the phone, and both of us sometimes struggle with socializing. And neither of us get mad at the other if we do not look at our phones for a few days. I say we use the term best friend loosely because while we do not always act like best friends, we are all the other one has.
uh,
Now, on to the problem.
uh,
A few weeks ago, I was having one of my episodes where I was not checking my phone pretty regularly. I had seen where she had texted a few times, but had planned on getting back to her later that day. About half an hour after I noticed a text, there was a knock at my door, and it was Maggie. This was weird to me because she's only been to my house once, and it was for a party we threw last year. She wasted no time and jumped right into asking me to be her maid of honor. I was absolutely thrilled, and I just hugged her. I was there when she met her fiance. He is a wonderful man, and she deserves everything he has to offer her. I said yes, but I told her we should probably discuss some details first. She said no problem, and I literally turned right around, got back in her car, and left. Okay, she just said no problem and then left. Okay.
that's
She called
us.
me
Okay. Let's give
weird.
her the benefit of the doubt. Let's see. Maybe she comes back later.
Maybe. She called me later and I told her that I was thrilled to be her maid of honor. I wanted her to be aware that I was in no way financially stable enough to help out with too much. I just had my second child last year and I am a new stay at home mom on top of that. So I do not have a paying job anymore. I knew I will not have the money for a lot of extra things that I knew the maid of honor usually takes care of. She said that was no problem, and she also asked her sister to be her maid of honor. She wanted two. I know it's not traditional, but it's sweet, and that she would be more than willing to help with everything like that. My girl, I plan to have three, so yay, not traditional, but sweet.
Really?
Three. Some time passes, and they have chosen a date for this year, so they are struggling to find a venue that is not booked for their date. This led to looking at venues several hours away. This is not a problem because I have chosen it to be on a Sunday. I want to
Okay.
rent an Airbnb for the people who have drunk too much and cannot go home. This is an awesome idea, but I knew right away I will not be able to contribute the $200 she was asking for the wedding party to split evenly. I had no intention of staying in the Airbnb because my kids have school the next day. The plan was to leave after the speeches. I planned on using my tax money for a nice dress for the wedding, but that's about the best I can do. She sent a message in a wedding group chat asking about the money. I texted her separately and re-explained that even though it's a great idea, I'm not gonna be able to contribute to it and that she knew that ahead of time. She got really defensive and told me I was just making her wedding day harder without even meaning to. That
Okay.
made me feel so small because I love her and I will never want to do that. I thought that by giving her a heads up about my financial situation would help, but she really just accused me of being bad with my money. I asked her how I can be bad with money. I don't make good money. I don't make,
She made no
and
money
she,
at all.
right? How can I be mad with money I do not make?
Poor
And she
thing.
just kind of got hot mad, like she got really mad and ended the conversation. I just texted
Oh,
her and told her that while I love her dearly, I feel like it's best to step down as maid of honor because I obviously cannot do what she needs. That's not her
oh,
fault, but I do not feel like it's exactly mine either. She
mm-mm.
called me screaming and told me I was a bad friend and abandoning her on her wedding day. So I just went off. I told her I was a bad friend for if I was a bad friend for ruining her wedding, then she was a bad friend for putting me in a compromised situation. I
That's
tried to explain to her early on that how this will be a problem, and she insisted I take the role anyway. I ended up hanging up first this time and just crying about it because I truly hate that this happened this way. I wish I had never said yes and just went on my business. I know I could be the asshole for saying yes in the first place, but I had no ill intentions and really just wanted to be there for my friend, even if I cannot support her financially.
but she told her from the very beginning, so she have no fault with that.
Yeah,
What the friend, what the other girl thought that it will happen? Like she magically will get a job by then, and she will proceed with everything she will demanding.
I I think that she was probably thinking about because I know sometimes the maid of honor plans like the bachelorette party and they help with the bridal. What's it? There is something that they do here that we don't do in our country. Something about the bridal shower. I think it is. It's
Isn't that
like
like the
just a party for
bachelor?
the bride.
Oh,
No, it's
okay.
separate. The
Oh,
bachelorette is like just a bachelorette party, and the bridal shower is like an event just for women that go celebrate the bride.
yeah.
Like
I
the
see
whole
myself
everyone, the
excluded
family
from
and
there.
everything. Yeah, but I'm saying that this is what traditionally do. So I'm guessing she thought she was like, okay, she's not gonna be able to do that. But then when she split the Airbnb, she probably thought was like, oh, you know what? It's only $200
It's
because
just two
that's
hundred.
that's what someone who has any stable job can say.
Exactly. When
But
you were reading that, I was thinking myself like, really, you don't have 200? But I'm like,
I I
well,
thought the same.
but then I was like, okay, she's not working right now, and she
She's
just
not
have a kid,
working.
and she's using her
Yeah.
tax money from her two kids, and she's using her tax money from to just to get a nice dress. So yeah, definitely, she's not in a position to say like, oh, 200, big deal.
Yeah. And let's just think that this is 2026, okay? So, how the economy is right now,
Oh,
a stay at home mom of two kids, and the dad is probably working overtime to cover everything.
yeah, that's true. People have to be a little more considerate sometimes.
Yeah.
We have update.
And that's how you should explain to other people. You should not feel like that. You should say, my other wedding party, hey, I want this person to be with me, but this person doesn't have the money right now. What if we split it between us only because she's not even going to stay the night?
Created more solutions instead of just focus on the rage and just pointing fingers.
Yeah. No, no, no. We do have an update 3 days later,
Oh, that was quick.
right?
Yeah.
It says, hello, Reddit. I wanted to thank everyone for their feedback about my decision to drop out of my best friend's wedding, as her maid of honor. Sorry, before I say this, there was a consensus between everyone on the comments, and everybody says she's not the asshole.
Okay.
Okay, before this. Okay, now it
Thank
says
you.
my phone, my phone will not allow me to update the original post, so here I am. If you're new here, I drop out of my best friend's wedding as her maid of honor. Long story short, she asked, and I agree, but I told her since I was a new stay at home mom, I had financial problems. This was fine at first, but ultimately ended with her expecting me to contribute $200 for an Airbnb after the wedding that I will not be staying in. It was pretty easy to come to the conclusion that she was the asshole here. But I have an update that really wasn't what any of us expected. Not super exciting, but does have a happy ending. A
Okay.
lot of you had a lot to say about our friendship dynamic. Yes, we do consider each other best friends, and we do not. No, we do not spend every waking moment together. People have lives, and just because we do not center ours around each other does not mean that we cannot call each other that. And there seems to be a bit of confusion on how I do not have any money, but know her from work. Well, let me break that down. I got pregnant, had a baby, and I have been spending some time awake from work to heal and bond with my child. Now, onto the update. I let a few days pass because ultimately Maggie really has been a great figure in my life and has never let me down once. I know that she has been under a lot of stress. I gave her some space and was hoping for an apology. I did not get that. Instead, I got Maggie showing up on my doorstep at 4 a.m., severely intoxicated and looking like she just got attacked by a rabid raccoon. I was so shocked that I just let her in and did not say anything at first.
I'm
It
just
was a
confused at
bunch of
this.
us, right? It was a bunch of small talk, like trying to figure out where she had been and what happened. I just told her I had talked to her in the morning and she ended up passing out on my couch. I woke up to banging on my door, and as it turns out, it was her fiance. He ultimately was not angry, just scared because apparently Maggie had taken off after dinner with his parents and he had not been able to get in touch with her. At
Wow.
this point, all he had said was Maggie and his mother had gotten into an argument, but they left before giving me any details. Ooh. Later that afternoon, I got a call from Maggie with an apology for showing up at my door, but still no apology for the Airbnb situation. I let it ride and just let her rant because she obviously needed to. She went on about her future mother in law, let's call her Karen, was driving her mad, and she did not even know if she wanted to go through with the wedding anymore because she could not handle it anymore. I asked her if she just wanted to come back over and jab it out. When she showed up at my door, she had a black eye, a scratch going almost all the way up her arm, and her nose was a little bruised. I felt horrible because I had not seen any of those things in the mess of her makeup and the dark. Her and Karen had not gotten into an argument. They had gotten into a full blown bar crawl. No, not bar crawl, bar brawl or whatever. I'm guessing a bar fight.
Well, that's still a lot, though.
Yeah, Karen had been feeding the information to Maggie that it was the bridal party's responsibility to pay for everything. And she had canceled four of the couple's vendors because she refused to let them pay for them. This was the cherry on top after several other isolated incidents with her and the wedding. I do not really have all of the details about the fight because even Maggie says she was very intoxicated and was not sure how it started. There was a lot, but ultimately Maggie's reaction was of pure rage, not to me, but for her mother-in-law. She apologized for talking to me the way she did and for allowing Karen to sway her as much as she did. I could sit her and go on about how we cackle and cry, but we ended up inviting her fiance over, talking it all out, drinking a bottle of wine, and having a game night. It was good to hang out with her again, and yes, they have gone no contact with Karen.
Uh,
Yes, I knew it. Like the moment that she said she fought with the mother-in-law, I immediately my brain went, "This is the bitch that was telling her that the bridal party was supposed to pay for everything." Because that's what happens. Peer pressure. She understood the situation, and then the other one was like in her ear.
But
Not everyone's situation is the same, okay? Not everyone's bridal party have the money to pay for this.
that's true. But at the end of the day, you should make yourself have the willpower at least to have say
To say
on
no,
how
we're not
things
doing that.
are. Yeah, or
And
just
to
tell.
not fight elderly people, please.
I mean, it seems like she whooped her butt, but
Like, what? Girlie, just leave. Just leave and elope. Easier.
she even had bruises. So this elderly woman apparently does go to the gym.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
please
yeah.
don't fight your elders. Just walk away, please.
Yeah, just walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a black eye, a scratch going almost all the way up her arm, and her nose was bruised.
And also, what's up with her and her fiance just suddenly just walking away in the middle of a conversation all the time? Oh, I will tell you later. He just walk away. Why?
No, she walked away.
Well, she have a bad habit, that girl. But
I'm
anyhow,
picturing I'm picturing someone with ADHD, the hyper state one that you're very, very all the time you have to be running. So you just go be like, do you want to be a maid of honor? And they say yes. And then your brain goes, oh my God, I have to go to the next person to ask them. And then you go, okay, we'll talk later. And then you turn around and leave and go to someone else. I have done that. So that's what I say. I am picturing that because I get excited about
she
something.
feel for her.
Yeah, I get excited. I'd run into Adam's room. I say something and then I run out. And then he has to come out slowly. What was that? She didn't tell me anything else. I was so confused. And she's like, oh, I thought I did. Sorry. It's my brain that went. It
Bueno,
happens. It happens.
it does happen. That's true. It's a valid. So okay, that's cool. So that was the last update. It was a happy ending, at least somewhat.
Very happy ending.
Um, well, and being beat up at the end of the day, but who am I to judge? But at least now she knows how to stand her ground. Most importantly, with her future in law, and she still have time in case that she can
Yeah.
run.
I mean, if the fiance is great and it's just the mother, you guys can just move to another state or another country and get
Why?
away.
You not even have to do that. Like just like
Then what are you going to do? It's really
what? But
hard. Really hard to put boundaries in a situation like that. Unless your husband 100%
on
helps in
your
those
side,
boundaries.
yeah. I guess so. But let's see.
So let
Well,
me read this comment, okay? Because
mhm.
so somebody comments, what a great update, except for Maggie's face, but I will heal. Maybe I'm old, but aren't weddings supposed to be fun? And then Opie says it was a very bad case of her trying to appease everyone and ultimately just blowing up instead of finding a healthy outlet, which was address and work on. And honestly, they said that mother-in-law's face was worse. I wish I got to see it.
Well, at least she fought for herself.
Yeah.
She didn't let the mother-in-law beat her up. So that's a good thing.
Ooh.
Um,
Wait, it says somebody else comments. The real question is what fiance is doing about it. Because if the answer is nothing, this will be just friends' everyday reality. And then Opie says it turns out there was a lot he did not know about. She recognized she was wrong for not taking the issues to him sooner. She was essentially just letting mother in law bully her and had finally had enough. They are no contact now.
well, I guess mother-in-law is
Wow.
not going to the wedding.
Nope. Oh, there is additional information from OP after the comments. OP says, hi everyone, my apologies for not responding to comments as regularly as I was last time. We have some other last minute family stuff come up and I have been a little occupied. I might not be able to respond to everyone, but I see it all. I don't have much information, but I will share what I have. Maggie, her fiance, let's call him James, mother-in-law, and mother-in-law's long-term boyfriend were out to dinner discussing the wedding. Apparently, there had been several disagreements about what mother-in-law wanted and what the bride wanted. And then James spoke up saying that it was his fiance's wedding, and at the end of the day, her opinion was what mattered. Yay for James, we love a protective king. Mother in law apparently got sour and was just trash talking. Maggie does drink, but only drinks socially, like when she's out for a family dinner. I am not sure how many she had, but according to James, it was just enough. LOL. The comments just escalated, and if I'm not mistaken, mother in law grabbed her hood when she tried to leave, and that's what started the fight. This information came from James to my husband, and from my husband to me, so I'm only passing on what I've heard. I tried really hard not to press too hard about the situation because I know she's weird about talking about things. She will bring it up when she's ready. Thank you guys for your kind words. Oh, and also one thing I thought was hilarious was the time that was accounted for. They say she disappeared from the restaurant around 10:15 p.m. I did not see her until close to 4 a.m.
What
Where
the
was she?
hell?
Where was she, might you ask? Well, she walked to McDonald's, ordered 40 chicken nuggets, and sat in the parking lot and ate them. This is terrifying, and I'm mad at her for not coming over sooner or at least calling, but looking back now, I thought this was a funny detail. Yes, this was live 360 confirmed. I
What?
fill you with the nuggets, and I will have added some frappe, a mocha frappe, 40 nuggets, and honey mustard. That's some comfort food right there.
I know. I guess that's what she feel comfortable at the moment.
Yeah.
Like you're. I get you. I got you. It been instances when like I have like a really shitty day, or like stop at McDonald's, get my 10 pieces nugget, and get my frappe, and I
Oh
just
my god, yes, that's heaven.
yeah. So I'm like, ugh, this never
You
tastes so good.
I recently got my flight canceled to LA and I had to go to San Francisco where I was alone in a hotel waiting for my brother to pick me up. And it was not a nice hotel, okay, because my brother is a guy and he doesn't check for danger, so he just booked a Motel 6 basically next to the highway. He's 22, so does not blame him. He's just learning about life. And I was there and I was feeling a little scared and anxious because, all the different things that I had to go through just to get to San Francisco. And guess what I ordered through Uber Eats? McDonald's. I got 20 chicken nuggets, honey mustard, and a mocha frappe. And I fell asleep watching Friends.
Oh,
Comfort food and comfort show.
comfort zone in a very unsafe place,
Yeah,
just to feel the comfort of home, just for a
yeah.
minute.
But I made it.
You made it, and next time, hopefully, your brother learn to check for stuff before booking. Next time,
Hopefully.
but bad boy.
I mean, I think he just read the reviews on top that say, oh, it's pretty safe to stay at night. So he was like, oh, great. Yeah, try to be a woman alone in the hotel. That's not safe. I kept hearing noises all the time. There were so many guys just standing outside smoking.
I mean, if it's next to the highway, a lot of people are traveling and they just stop there for a few hours just to take a nap and continue their travels. So
Yeah.
that should give him a hint. But since he never done that before, maybe that's why.
And she's not a girl either.
Well, true. He just doesn't. He maybe was
You
not
know,
thinking of that either. So it's understandable. Cut him some slack for this time, at
that's what I
least
say. Cut him some slack, to not blame him.
this time. All right.
He's going to be 22. He's not even 22 yet. So.
All right. So let's move on to the last part of the story that you have, where I will apparently have to make a decision if going for one or two. So let's
So
shout out those titles.
your option number one, the title is, am I the asshole for having my ex arrested at my wedding? And option two is, am I the asshole for kicking a server out of my wedding?
Let's go with the first one.
The one is
Easy
crazy
pick.
though.
Easy pick.
Number two is it has a title that fools you, but that woman is unhinged.
That's okay. Let's
We
go
will
with
read
the
it next
X.
time.
Yes.
Option one, it comes from the subreddit Am I the Asshole? AITAH says, Am I the asshole for having my ex arrested at my wedding? This happened 2 days ago at mine, 28, and my wife's 39 wedding. And a lot of people are telling me I'm in the wrong for having my ex, 27, arrested. And my wife is saying I ruined the wedding and caused a sin. First of all, that's 11 years of difference. Okay. He's 28, the wife is 39. Crazy, but okay.
Okay.
First, a little backstory on my ex. We were together over 5 years. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have to sneeze.
The
Ugh.
deadly sneeze that never arrive.
Yeah. So, first, a little backstory on my ex. We were together over 5 years ago for a matter of weeks. Okay, weeks. I broke things off because I just was not into her that much. She began to pester me over text and social media all of the time to get back together or to just hook up. This went on for months, and in a particular week moment, I'm sorry, I don't know why he wrote week. I gave in and slept with her again. At this point, things got a lot worse. I tried to explain that it was a mistake and I still did not want anything with her. From
Uh-huh.
from then the messages range from abusive to begging me for sex eventually. I just blocked her. From then she started turning up at my house, work, and social spaces I went to often. She attempted to force herself on me and threatened violence, and at this point, I got a restraining order. Since then, I have not heard from her in years. I met my wife 3 years ago, and she's honestly the best thing in my life. We fell in love hard, and honestly, we have a great relationship. We got engaged after 2 years, and 2 days ago, finally had our wedding. The day was going amazingly until a friend of mine, who I will call Chris, turned up with his plus one, my ex. I spoke to him and he had absolutely no idea about my history with her, and we tried to get her to leave. After she refused, I decided to just ring the police. Two officers show up to arrest her for breaking her restraining order, and she flipped out. She was shouting and screaming. She hurled abuse on my wife and claimed that we were meant to be together, which obviously distracted from our wedding. Now, my wife is upset
Me.
because I caused a scene, and a lot of her friends are saying that I should have just ignored it and focus on the day because she was not causing any problems until the police show up. So, am I the asshole? And they say, edit to answer some questions I've had. Yes, my wife knew I had a restraining order against a stalker. We spoke about it when we started to become serious. A few family members also knew, but my friends did not, as I never spoke to them about it. So, am I the asshole?
I wanted to say no, but if she was not, well, what if it, when they say like, does anybody have anything to say? Speak now, hold your peace. So
You know,
either
I
or.
am curious. Was this before or after the reception?
It doesn't specify.
It doesn't specify, no. It said we finally got a wedding. The day was going amazingly until a friend of mine who called Chris turned up with his plus one.
Yeah, but that's
Mm.
all. It doesn't say like if it was after the ceremony or before or after. But if she claims like they meant to
Let
be
me see
together,
if there
probably was
is.
before.
Let's see if there is any OP comments. I don't know, but okay. The fact that it's not like she got over it because she did say at the end we're meant to be together and she threatened the wife. So I'm thinking that she was probably gonna do something bad. She was probably planning to do something bad. So you got ahead and just kick her out. So I think you did good.
I'm telling you, she probably was waiting for that moment that the priest says like, "Speak now, forever hold your peace,"
Maybe.
to start the tea.
Maybe. I don't know. There is a comment that OP responds to. And they say, you had a restraining order for a reason. I believe she was very well aware of it and knew that what the consequences would have been. She knew better than to attending. Who knows what plan she had in mind before she was taken away. Knowing that she was there and having the fear, you will not have enjoyed yourself if you would have let her stay. And then Opie says, God knows her intentions, but everyone seems to think she was doing nothing wrong. It was harmless. I do not believe that. That woman is crazy.
Nice.
Apparently, from what I understand, Chris has been with her for about 4 months and knew nothing about it. So, ooh.
Hmm. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun
Sure.
dun dun dun.
But
So we
like
have
Denise
an.
said, you gotta help the game. Better some drama before than after or during the ceremony. So at least everything else goes smoothly. I understand that she got upset, stuff like that, but like, hey, at least she got married peacefully.
And you were able to enjoy your night and not have to be on the defense all the time.
Exactly, exactly. So interesting story indeed. So,
Wait for it. Update.
oh, go ahead.
Ooh.
No?
Yeah. It says, I'm just being annoying. Update. Da-da-da-da. I got a lot of requests for an update on my original post, so here it is. It's been a very long day since I first posted, and I have spoken to both my wife and Chris. Starting with my wife, we had a very long, tearful conversation about everything from my ex to our wedding. I apologize for the fact that I did not consider involving her before calling the police, which meant that ex's outbursts when being escorted out came as a complete surprise to her. She apologized for the way she reacted and explained that she was not angry at me, but is angry at X. The fact that wedding was ruined and that the focus was shifted away from us and to X. Her anger was misdirected. Another reason for the anger is that a lot of guests has no idea who X was, so X's comment of "we're meant to be together" has apparently led to people
The
theorizing that I
mistress.
had been cheating on my wife with X.
The mistress.
Yeah, so we're now having to put out fires before rumors began to spread.
Well, too late,
My
my friend.
wife, right? My wife is now very much focused on making sure I am okay after all of this, though. She is still distraught about a special day being ruined, but we will work through that together.
Hmm.
On to Chris. This is where things get a little scary. Me and wife call him together, firstly to check that he's okay. He is, and secondly to see how the hell she managed to worm her way into his life to check in order to get to my wedding. According to Chris, they connected over social media. She started liking his posts over the course of about a month, then DMing him, and they started chatting from there. The crazy part is that to Chris, X has a completely different name, but the post on her on her profile dated back 3 years, meaning she has had this profile with a fake name for at least 3 years, and it's not the only one. Chris told us that a few other guys contacted him after the wedding, saying that they recognized her as they had also got DMs from her on different accounts.
So Chris was the only one who fell for her.
All with a different name. There is at least 3 other accounts that we currently aware of. Apparently, X showed no signs of being obsessed with me or even that she knew who I was. He invited her as a plus one, thinking that they might eventually get serious, as they were having a really good time together. He has apologized profusely, and we have made it clear that we do not blame him for this. There has been no word currently on what's going on with X, but considering her breaching the restraining order and resisting arrest, we assume she will probably end up in prison. Me and wife have spoken about it, and if we are contacted by the police, we will absolutely press charges. And wife will also be getting a restraining order. For now, we're going to try and enjoy our honeymoon and deal with the rest of this mess when we get back. Thank you, Reddit, for all the advice and opinions. You gave a lot of perspective on the situation that I had not considered. Oh my god, that woman is a
Uh,
psychopath!
Sociopath.
Well, sociopath, whatever. She's crazy!
Yeah, definitely a sociopath. Oh Lord.
Like cuckoo, cuckoo, all the way.
Okay, this last added it part made me feel like this is the craziest one that you read tonight. I was going for the one that punched the old lady,
Yeah.
but this one changed everything.
Whoa, I did not read the update. That's why I was so surprised.
Definitely shocking, shocking, shocking. So people careful who you. Oh, how we will know though? How he will know?
Yeah. What about the Heather lady?
No,
I
this
want to walk with my husband.
no. That's just a syndrome of only child. That's just dramatic. But this one that's going above and beyond. Like,
Okay, so to that bride that's dealing with Heather, or that was dealing with Heather, just think you could be in this situation. It could be way worse.
oh, not me.
No, Heather.
No, I'm saying, but like, no, I would not be in that situation. Why would I
Which
put
one?
myself in there?
No, you. I'm saying the lady that is dealing with Heather drama.
Oh,
Just imagine you could be in this bride's last story situation that is way worse than Heather. Heather is cuckoo, but you know what? You can say, Heather, get out from my wedding party and avoid the drama.
oh, yeah.
At least there was not a woman screaming, we're meant to be.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I'd rather be on with the header than this one.
Same.
But yes, so please let us know which one you like the most. I'm body number
Crazy.
4. Then it's body number 1.
No, I don't care. I think they're all crazy, but the last one definitely is crazy. Like that woman is cuckoo. The fact that she was inventing 3 years worth of profiles is waiting for a perfect opportunity to enter his life again.
And with an epic entrance. Well, in this case, with an epic exit. Wow, but it's insane. So,
Just imagine how much time she spent picking up her dress and her makeup, and she thought that the moment that he looked at her,
yeah,
he
but
probably was gonna fall.
oh, that's true. And he will drop
That's a
everything just to
little,
go for her.
yeah,
Sociopath.
that's a
Again, it
little
reminds me of
crazy brain.
a Netflix series, You. This one really does. But
Yeah,
anyhow,
true.
let us know tell me what you think. This was really interesting though. I must not lie. So let's hope none of us go through this. I hope
Let's hope
not.
so. Yeah.
So you never know. People crazy, people out there. So who knows? But yes, guys. So this has been our story for today's on our episode of the day. I hear wedding drama. Indeed, we're drama. So we spill the tea,
Yay!
we drink the tea, and we literally don't know what to do with so much tea. So we hope you enjoyed this, and like always, it's Wednesday, way through the week, and just think of it, 2 more days for that weekend.
Just two more. Just two more. You got this.
And happy belated Mother's Day to all those mothers,
Yay!
or mother of dogs like Denise and cat.
And cat.
Indeed. So until next time.
Bye.